baby, ready to rock. Oops, that's not going to work there. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube to my left, Instagram in front of me. And bro, we are going to kill tonight, Jog. Like, just straight up, tonight is going to be fire, bro. I'm telling you right now, tonight, I can feel it, bro. I got this vibe, I got this energy. It's going to be fire tonight. And I titled this one, by 2026, there will be changes within USU soccer. And I don't necessarily mean by US soccer. What I do mean, though, is I feel there will be systematic changes happening by 2026. Like, I think, really, what I think will happen is parents will wake up and be like, bro, we got to change this. And this ain't going to happen, and it's not going to work like this. Like, I feel that coming, because you can just kind of sense it. Like, especially with, like, the content that, you know, like, myself and Identity Hybrid are putting out. Like, we're saying, listen, this stuff is coming. You need to be aware. And at some point, right, it's almost like college. Like, college used to be just like a refined thing, and now it's expanded to a point. Like, Mark Cuban came out and said, there's going to be a crisis. Like, I feel like in youth soccer, there's going to be a crisis. Like, it's coming. And I think parents are going to wake up to the fact that you're going to have to change your mentality. Like, you guys are so worried about a team. And the team is not the most important thing. Like, straight up. Not the most important thing. Your son, your daughter is the most important thing. Bar none. And until, like, we get that concept that the individual development is the most important thing, and once parents realize that, dude, this whole thing is going to crack, and cash cows are going to be in big trouble. So I'm waiting for the day that happens, and I'm sitting there going, dude, I can smell it. Like, you can smell it, brother. You can. It's coming. The crack is coming, dude. It's crazy. Because I feel like parents are starting to say, oh, you know what? Like, the theme used to be, oh, we need cash cows. We don't know what league to play in. Oh, we don't know this. Like, again, if you think about the stuff that I've been posting lately, anything that your child does, if they're not a generational talent, I'm going to say it again, if they are not a generational talent, anything that they do between zero birth to 15 years old is irrelevant. The trophies they win and all that bullshit is irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Like, it means nothing. Because you can, like, man, I'm going to have to get, like, a guy on here and ask them, like, bro, like, does it matter for a college recruiter what tournament they won? And they're going to be like, fudge, no, it don't matter. Like, hell no, it don't matter. And you guys might actually be like, oh, Kyle was telling the truth the whole time. Oh, my God, what a surprise. I didn't know. And it's like, bro, like, what are we talking about? So, I think it's coming, man. Like, I don't think it's far away. I really think, like, the individual development piece is coming, and it's going to hit hard. Like, here's the thing, right? Think of it this way. Did you guys see the stat about Messi and the goals ESPN posted? I posted it on my story, and it said the number of minutes it took Messi to score 3 goals at Barcelona, PSG, and then Inter Miami. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but the first part was it took him 700 something minutes, like 750 plus minutes, to score 3 goals for Barcelona. Obviously he's younger, right? But okay, context. Now let's look at PSG. It took him 444 minutes to score 3 goals at PSG. This is prime Messi, by the way, or at least very close to prime. And then now you look at Inter Miami. You ready for this? If you haven't checked my story, I think it took him 54 minutes to score 3 goals. Like, that tells me, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I want to know what it tells you guys. What does it tell you in terms of the levels and like, forget what I just said. What does it tell you about Messi with those 3 clubs? I'm curious. Like, I want I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think? Because it tells me something very clear. Like, clear as all day. But, like, there's something that tells me, boom. I mean, I think it's obvious he's good, right? Obviously, Messi's good. So, come on, what do people think? What do you think the answer is? Or, like, this is my perception, so it's my answer. All right, so the thing is, if Messi only took 54 minutes or whatever it was, 53, 56. That means the level gap between the French League and MLS is significant. Because it took him on a superstar team, let's do the math, 90, 180. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 games to hit. It took him 4 or 5 games to hit in PSG to hit the 3 goals. It took him not even 1 full game to hit 3 goals. Like, that tells me the level gap between the USA and MLS and then PSG, so Ligue 1, or any other top league, the gap is like this. It's not like, it's like this. It's like not close. Like the gap is huge and it's expanding. So, it's hard, man. Like the level's not close, clearly. So, that's what I took from it, but that's a separate point. Somebody said, let me read this. The DOC of my son's club coach told the parents right away when he took over no coach at a higher level is ever going to ask how their child did in the league play in Reno, North Carolina. Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's that. Like, bring this back to Messi. And I made a post about this, and I said, like, no joke, guys, when I was, you're going to be super excited, by the way. It's kind of crazy. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I think we were playing U10, so I was either 9 or 10. I don't know which one. I don't remember. And, I won the Jefferson Cup. Bro, straight up, I won the Jefferson Cup at 9 or 10 years. Let's just say 9. Right? I won it at 9 years old. I put that on my resume. When I went to college, I won the Jefferson Cup at U10. You know how many college recruiters or pro scouts applauded me? Kyle, awesome job, bro. You won Jefferson Cup at U10. Congratulations, man. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, bro. Well done, lad. It's amazing. Kyle, you won the Jefferson Cup. Fantastic, bro. Amazing job. Round of applause. You're the next GOAT. Like, people don't care. It could be U14. It could be U15. It could be... Dude, they don't care what you won in your youth. Like, they don't. Like, again, let's pretend I'm face to face with Christian Pulisic. Let's pretend he's in his life. And I go, hey, Christian. Hey, when I was 10 years old, I won the Jefferson Cup. And by the way, the Jefferson Cup at least used to be one of the biggest tournaments in the country. I don't know about anymore. At least at the time, it was huge. And who cares? It's a youth soccer tournament. Who cares? If you go and play for your national team, so you get on the U.S. national team and you go to the, for example, U17 World Cup, cool, bro. Yeah, that's decent. You know, you went to the World Cup, you won the World Cup, U17 level, that's decent. Decent. But, like, parents, do me, I'm joking, but I don't know, actually. Do me this favor. Go online. Not go online. When you make your child's resume, if you haven't done this already, you need to make their CV. It's what it's called, their CV. And I want you to put every single tournament that they won in what age group. And I want you to tell me how many of the college recruiters you talk to as the example go, dude, your kid won the Surf Cup in 2023 at U12? Bro, I'm going to sign him today because he won the Surf Cup in 2023 at U12. We're going to sign him. He's going to get a full scholarship. Full scholarship coming your way, you won the Surf Cup. Said no one ever. Said no one ever. I don't know. It's interesting. So, like, and I was waiting for somebody to ask me that. How did your 10-year-old self feel then? I was waiting for that. I'm glad somebody hit me with that question. And this is where I think people get confused. Dude, I have no problem for people to be excited that they won. That's cool. Don't misconstrue my messages. That's fine. But if your son or daughter wins the Jefferson Cup at 10 years old, in the long run, it means nothing. Like, you're going to get nothing out of it. Can you post your soccer resume to show us what it looks like as an example to put one together? Actually, Christian, I can do that for sure. And how do I explain this again? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by your question. So yeah, I do have one. If you have my college recruiting course, I put one up there. But what I will do is I'll put one on my Twitter. I have one. It's what I would call my coaching CV, but I can put it out there, and it's very similar for a player. So not a problem. That's a good question, a good point. Okay, so I'll answer that. So again, think about it, bro. I'm not saying don't go win. Don't when we play tournaments with our teams, we play to win. But a great example is I've won multiple tournaments. When our kids win, this is me personally. I don't go me personally, Coach Kyle, does not go ballistic that my team just won. It's for the kids. The kids should be happy and excited, for sure. But the adults, coaches, and parents don't need to lose their shit because their freaking 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old won a trophy. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't try and win. You need to try and win, of course. Play to win. That's why you're playing competitive. But, that's for the kid. The kid. Not for you because you want to be egotistical and be like, oh, well, my son's the best. We won the bronze bracket of the Jefferson Cup. Pada Benz, amigo. Pada Benz. Anyways, okay, so I'm having fun with this one, man, but I'm feeling this change coming. Kyle, did that dad from yesterday's live who asked you about his son being very talented but not aggressive enough care to share your advice to him? I can certainly say it again. Again, I don't know specifically the details about his son. He gave me a very quick thing, so I'll give you my 30-second answer, what I gave him. And what I told him was, listen, it sounds like it's a mental issue because if he's super talented, that means he's skilled, he has ability, but he's not, there's something missing in his mind to take over the game. What is it? I don't know because I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to the dad or the kid. I'm just sitting here reading the message that he sent me. So there's something in his mind. It could be that he's a good kid. It could be that he's not ruthless. It could be that he doesn't know how to be ruthless. It could be that he's afraid. It could be a multitude of things. I don't know what the answer is without talking to the kid. So if I talk to the kid, I can answer it. But that's what it looks like. The system is broken. How much talent goes unnoticed because there are families that can't afford it, the cash cow for a chance. But yeah, for sure. Definitely. Wayne Rooney, yep, was playing at Everton in 16, yes. Susie, I appreciate the comment about the podcast. I appreciate that. And I hope the kids are doing... Susie, did your son download the damn, or at least listen to the college recruiting thing, masterclass? God, I hope so. That'll change his life if he follows it. Live hard. Can we talk about the college ID camp scam going on in the U.S.? We've been to a few, and a couple were super expensive just source. Oh, man. Okay, so let's look at your question. College camps are a complete ripoff unless you're using them as an experience to help your child grow, mentally, for sure. Because, if you do a residency camp, they have to stay at the complex or the dorms, live the life like that. But otherwise, bro, it's not worth it. If you're thinking you're going to get recruited from a college camp, you won't. I will give you my personal experience if you want it. Again, guys, I've been through the whole system. I've done college recruiting. It's a nightmare. And if you don't know what you're doing, you will get milked, and milked hard. So as an example, my family, we got milked hard because we didn't know any better. I went to the West Virginia University camp because they sent me an email saying, hey, we're looking at you. We've identified you from XX tournament. And, power to them. They can get away with that. And what kid doesn't want to go to West Virginia University or pick whatever school you want? So, yeah, I was one of the kids. In fact, the same year, I went twice. We paid $500 for a 3-night, 4-day, or whatever it was, camp twice the same summer. Complete ripoff. But, okay, how do you ensure U.S. grassroots come up to par? Oh, before I move on with that, back to Live Hard's point. So, college camps, right? I've told you guys this before on my other lives. I have a buddy of mine who has coached Division I for 15 years. Not an elite level school. A good school, but not elite level. And you know how much money he revenued every year for 15 years for just camps, guys. $800,000. He profited half that. So his profit every single year after paying staff, room and board, food, blah, 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 was $400K every single year for 15 years. So he's well over a millionaire. Are the 106 creation skills necessary for an MLS level pro? So let's put it this way. Are they necessary for a pro in general? Yes. They're all what I would call game-based technique. I believe it is 100% necessary. You can read them on my Twitter feed, actually. I have them all there. And every single one is game-based technique. Game-based technique. It's not those bullshit ball mastery cone drills where you do, like, you have two cones, you do these patterns in between the two cones. Like, that's just silly. That's not game-based. So it's called what I consider game-based technique. Play to win after U12, or when do you recommend introduce over? Good question. So, how do I answer that in the best way? You should play to win every single game. However, that does not mean you win at all cost. This is my issue. If you go to Europe, right? So, for example, I have a player in Cyprus, which is next to Greece. Every single team they play against tries to play football. There's a level gap, for sure. There's teams that are better. Like his team, his academy team is probably one of the best, if not the best in Cyprus. And then they have other clubs that are not the same level, but they try to play football. They try to play from the back, break lines, all that fun stuff. And they try to win. There's just a level gap. So, winning at all cost, I would say, and I don't like to use that word, but is 15. That's when it really matters. 15 plus is when you really need to start teaching the kids win, everything to win. I mean, they should always learn how to give everything to win. But I hope that makes sense. I don't understand your question. How do clubs stay away from the risk of losing ECNL, MLS, or GA, etc.? What do you mean by your question? Can that be taught or fixed? Yeah, I mean, it can. You can definitely, if I remember your question, the whole self-confidence thing, I mean, that's just doing the dirty work. So, like, if your son or daughter is struggling to, like, be dominant in a game, there's multitudes of reasons that, but a lot of it is mental. Could be skill set. They might not have the skills yet. That's entirely possible as well. But, like, it's mental. So you need to do mental training. I have a mental training course. You can get that for free on my bio. Go to my bio link. It's there. Grab it. Which you can have them do. And it's ownership because, like, what you guys don't understand about this, like, anything at a high level, whether it's sport or business, is here. You have to control your mind. And if you can't control your mind, you're going to lose. It's just, that's the nature of the beast. So, make sure that is very clear, but, like, you can't do things at a high level if that's your issue, if you see what I'm saying. So, you fix that and you teach that by what I would do. Take that mental course, 1. 2, I would make my kid play so much 1v1. And, like, here's the thing that I think people misunderstand about 1v1 training, like a player versus a player training. This is my opinion. When you play 1v1, the player, both of them, have a responsibility to win. And they have to attack, they have to defend, and they have to transition. And they don't have help from anybody else. It's on them. So, like, I think this is a huge issue with a lot of kids is because they don't do a lot of 1v1 training, so they don't understand the value of having to work themselves to solve the problem or to be the best player or to win. So that's why I'm so big on 1v1 or 3v3s and small-sided stuff because, like, again, look at 7v7. When you play 7v7, right, you're more than likely going to be pigeonholed to play one position, to play defender or attacker, and then you don't have to do the other side of the ball. So if you're the striker in 7v7, the coach is going to yell at you, hey, Johnny, stay up. Johnny, don't come back. Stay up. Which means you don't have to go play defense anymore. That's why I say the system's designed to fail you. We are excited for next week. Awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about the free camp. I think you said my daughter's name wrong, but I think she signed up. I do apologize if I said the name wrong. I had a list of names that they gave me that were approved. So I apologize if I did, and I said that in the video. I'm sorry. Can you please send me that college recruiting audio, please? Both my sons, Cash and Luciano's are listening to you as we speak. Freddie, what college recruiting audio? I'm sorry, which one, man? Why do we keep talking about college since when was that the ultimate goal? Leon, it's funny because most people, I think, want their kids to go to college. Like in this country, I talk to most parents. Like, what do you want for your son? Go to college. I'm like, why? You can always go to college. Like, what are you talking about? So I agree with you. Like, people want to go to college first, so I don't know why. Well, I do know why. They all have the 9-to-5 job, and they want to make sure that their kid is safe and has a comfortable life, and you'll have a comfortable life working 9 to 5. I mean, for sure. For sure, yeah, you'll have a comfortable job. That's not even a question. My oldest daughter is about to turn 15 and has played club soccer since he was... I said daughter, it's not daughter. My oldest is about to turn 15. He has played club since he was 5. His goal to play pro and wants to play in Europe. What is the one piece of advice or more you would give? Leslie, great question. My question back to you would be, have you read or listened to my playbook? If you have, you would know what that answer is. If you haven't, I'll tell you 2 things. 1, go read or listen to my playbook. The playbook is exactly what I would do if my son or daughter was going through the system. Step by step. There's 5 phases. Pre-phase, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Your son is entering phase 4. So if your son really wants to play pro and wants to play in Europe, you need to follow the advice of phase 4 immediately. And you can find the playbook on audio. It's in my podcast, the Pro Journey podcast. You can also get it from my Twitter, which apparently there's a function issue where it doesn't show all the tweets, which is stupid. But I moved it as well to Instagram, so I have all my tweets that I put it in my highlights. If you go to my profile, you can read it by going to highlight where it says playbook, and you can read the whole thing right there. But your son's about to be 15. What I would tell you is go play adult level football. Okay? Kevin hasn't watched it yet. We're all going through the podcast in order. Well, I'm glad you're doing that. Just make sure, do the college thing. I think that will help him a lot. Especially understanding that he needs to work on it. Signed up for the camp next week. Is there a response if my son is accepted? Yeah, Max, good question. So, I made an announcement yesterday of the names that were already accepted. They're going to send me a list probably tomorrow. And the list that were accepted will make the announcement. And I'll be posting on Instagram again. So just keep that in mind. Wow, 400K, that's crazy. I'm in the wrong business, just got milked by... Yep. University of North Carolina, Wilmington, yep. I get it. Like, they know that everybody wants to go to college, so they milk the shit out of you guys. And I was one of them. I got milked. Well, my parents got milked. We had no idea. Guys, again, I asked this question yesterday. I want you guys to tell me the truth, okay? Check this out. Most of your kids probably play for a cash cow. Straight up. We can all accept that, right? I played for a cash cow too, by the way, so I understand. The question I have for you is this. When was the last time, 2 or 3 questions. The first one is, how many players has your cash cow developed? Developed. Not taken, developed. So taken is like the player comes to them on a tryout, they're there for a year, and then they go. That's not developed. That's taken, and that's it, right? But I'm saying developed. In the last 3 to 5 years, how many players have they developed to go to the next level? 1. And then 2, most of these cash cows, are nonprofits. So they're a 501c3 nonprofit. Okay? When was the last time that they did something for free for somebody? That's what I want to know. And I don't mean offering a scholarship for one kid. I mean running an event that is free for people. Okay? I'll tell you the truth. I have a 501c3 nonprofit. I have one. I also have an LLC business as well. More than one. But point is, I have a nonprofit and I have an LLC. Okay? My nonprofit 501c3, everything we do for kids, you know how much they have to pay? 0. They pay 0 to participate with us. They don't pay a dime. 0 money they pay. Everything is free. They don't pay a dime for nothing. Yeah, we have all these nonprofits that are charities that are supposed to be giving back to the community, and they're not, and they're ripping you guys off by charging you $3,000 to $5,000 a year for your kid to play soccer. Cash cow. So ask yourself those questions. When was the last time that they did those things? And I think you're gonna realize that they're not doing shit for you. So the question then I would ask you is, why do you continue to trust a cash cow? Like, they haven't developed anybody. They're not doing stuff for free when they're a charitable organization, and they should. And even if they're an LLC, you could still do stuff for free. Like, example, right? My foundation is paying for the camp next week, right? So what we're paying for is staff. We're paying for staff, like, and I'm not even talking about coaches. Coaches are doing it for free. But I'm talking about the staff, like, to open the facility, because the facility is ours. So our indoor facility is owned by an LLC. Well, the LLC is taking a bite and paying money to have you guys in the facility. So paying for lights, as an example, paying the field rental as the example, or covering the field rental. So, like, we're covering that cost as an LLC and as a nonprofit, like, together. Why can't other organizations do that? Oh, right, because they don't care about you guys. Isn't that funny? So, anyways, the question I have is, like, again, I've said this a couple of times. I'm going to say it one more time, at least today. Like, look, be very, very clear and honest with you guys. Like, all of the content that I produce, whether you like it or you don't like it, I'm giving you my perception of it, okay? It's free. You don't pay anything for it. All my online content, I used to charge money for. I've made it free. You guys can get any of it for free today. No problem. Third, I go on lives like this, let's say 5 times a week. Let's say 3 to 5 on average. You guys don't pay me for that either. I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart because I want you guys to be in better situations and positions in the future. And I'm not asking you to pay me, by the way. I don't want you to pay me. But the point is, me as a owner, director, coach of High Soccer Prospects and High Soccer Foundation, a nonprofit, I am giving you everything for free. I'm giving you my secret files for free that I only gave to our players. I'm spending my time to hang out with you guys and answer your questions. Like, that's me trying to give back. Oh, and by the way, I'm giving you guys a free camp twice, actually. We gave one already, and now we're giving you a second one. And I've had 4 people ask, hey, Kyle, can we pay you for it? No, I don't want your money. Keep your money. We're trying to give back to you guys and show you that you can have good training. I consider it great training, but that's a separate point. And you don't have to pay for it. I don't think I'm asking for a lot, bro. Like, I don't think I'm asking for a lot. But we're trying to help. So, when was the last time a cash cow did that for you? Okay, Jason. If the goal is to play D1 college soccer, is ECNL for a girl okay? Seems like a lot of top ECNL girls go on to play Division I soccer from the outside looking in. I mean, Jason, how honest do you want me to be? I can tell you the truth if you want it. My daughter plays for a small club, non-ECNL status. She could, but very expensive. At what age would you say it is important to join an ECNL club? Mark, again, do you want me to be honest? Like, look, I'd rather have one of you on the live, and then I can actually have a conversation with you. So if you want to, come in and have a conversation, we can. It's hard for me to tell you the truth without your actual consent. It depends. So, it all depends. I want my son to play pro. What does your son want? What do recruiters look for? Freddie, good question. I'm assuming you're talking about college. What are recruiters looking for? Do you want the truth? It just depends. If you want the truth, I can tell you. If you don't want the truth, then I can lie to you, I guess. What can we do as parents to support our son's goal to go pro and play in Europe besides the obvious? Leslie, again, have you read my playbook? I pretty much tell you everything that I would do. If you haven't read it or listened to it, I highly recommend that you do, because I'm literally going to repeat exactly what I wrote and say in the playbook. That's what I would do. You may not agree with everything that I say. That's okay. just understand that I have 30 years of experience doing this, so I have greater than a PhD. I'm what you would call a subject matter expert. Don't have to listen to what I say, but that's just the point. I will definitely go look for that. Okay, education is first. Yes, thank you. No problem. Where is your podcast listed? It's called the Pro. No, my podcast. So there's two podcasts. I have one that is basically just me. It's the Pro Journey podcast. It's in my bio link. So if you go to my profile and you click the bio link, you scroll down towards the bottom, it should be there, called the Pro Journey podcast. And then I have another one that I run with my business partner, whose name is Tiago. And that one is called, at least for now, it's called Power Play P2. P2 Power Play. And that's where we invite in a bunch of people to talk about business, life, work, all that fun stuff. I want to go pro. Buy your playbook. It looks like college is my only route. I'm not sure why college would be your only route, Kevin, but if you want to explain further, you can. And then Susie said, in the playbook, you mentioned a lot that players should play in a higher level, but teams want to win. I don't expect many to want to pick up players that aren't ready at the level in hopes that... and I don't expect many want to pick up players that aren't ready at the level in hopes to develop. Well, I mean, like, okay, that's why I keep saying, Susie, like, there's zones to this. Zone 1 is the development and preparation zone. So between 0 to 15 years old, you need to be developing your son or daughter, in your case it's your boys, I know that, to be ready to go play adult. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. Like, the playbook is like, okay, if your kid is not on an MLS academy because he didn't make it, which is entirely possible and highly probable, then the next best option, in my opinion, is to not play ECNL, to not play MLS Next pay to play. It would be to go to like a UPSL or an adult competition. Because here's the thing for me. If your son cannot hang, or daughter cannot hang in an adult competition like a UPSL, which is very competitive, by the way, then they do not have the level to play MLS Academy, the free version. They do not have the level to go to college and play. And then they do not have the level to be a pro, obviously, because UPSL Premier Division is, I mean, identical to college in terms of the level. So, laugh out loud, free, never. My kid is with Wake FC MLS Next. They haven't highlighted anyone that has developed in a big way. So if they're not highlighting, then they don't have somebody. So that's what they're doing. Somebody said tax evasion. So after the 3-day camp, what happens? Angeles, what would you like to happen? I'm curious. I mean, it's just free training. Thank you, brother. No problem. I mean, just trying to tell the truth, guys. My oldest left ECNL club with 9 others to follow a specific coach to a non-ECNL club because of lack of development. Yep, it's going to happen. I'll come for a conversation. When do you see futsal becoming popular for college scholarships? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon. I wish it would, but U.S. Soccer is not investing into futsal. If they would, I think you would see a huge change, but they're not going to. For at least, I would say, to Dante's point, at least 10 years. If you're going to play for a club first, make sure they say they're a business. If you're going to pay for a club first, make sure they say they are a business. The problem I've seen with 501c, they don't care for players and are really the real cash cows. They are definitely cash cows, for sure. At what age should Leon leave the U.S. to go back to Brazil to play at a pro academy like Palmeiras or Flamengo? He said at the moment playing U12. I mean, bro, can you get him out right now? Why would you even stay here? If you have an option to go to Brazil and get him on a club like Palmeiras or Flamengo, you're telling me you're going to stick at U12 MLS Next? I'm assuming you're not on an MLS Academy. I'm assuming you're at like a pay-to-play. Why would you do that? I don't know. To go pro, you need a club that is connected with scouts from premier teams. My club actually has connection with the Red Bulls and New York City FC. Oh, God. If that's what you think, up Geo, then run with that. I mean, I'm not even going to tell you what I think, but that's okay. If that's what you want to run with, then run with it, bro. They got UPSL transfer out. Vamos, Susie. That's great. Put them at UPSL and see how they do. Like, is USL an option or alternate to UPSL? I mean, USL, well, you got to understand, right? There's a couple levels of USL. They have USL Championship. That's pro. Guys are making like $50K a year, if not more. Then you have USL 1. That's still pro. They're making $20,000 to $30,000 a year, probably. Then you have USL 2. That is a college level division, which is only in the summer. So there's that. I don't know if that answers your question. Players are scouted and paid. If you think they're being scouted and paid, then more power to you, brother. So, yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, bro, Here's the thing. What you guys need to understand is, like, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. The system here in this country is designed to fail you. Like, I have 30 years of experience at this point. And I'm looking back on what I went through, and I'm going, shit. If I knew what I knew, if I knew then, if I knew before what I knew now, oh shit, are you kidding? Like, dude, no way, bro. I would have done things completely different. Like, there's just no way. Like a great example is when I was a kid going through the system, I never played adults. Like, didn't know that was even a thing. I mean, I knew like pros did that, like guys that were going to be future pros. But why did I not do that? Because I didn't know. And if I knew that and I performed in that, then I would have made it probably to a better level than I did already. But like, didn't know that. My parents didn't know that. Like, that's huge. So what's the solution? Kids want to train, play games, etc. Chris, why do you need a club to train? You don't need a club to train. To play games, have you read my playbook or have you listened to my playbook? If you have, I give you a solution to play games. If you want to take it, that's on you. Do you have to do a little bit of work? Yes. If you just want to pay for the cow, pay for the cow. That's your decision. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I would do, and that's what I did with the playbook. Woo! This country should not charge the kids. They should pay out of pocket to train them so that one day they can get them signed and make their money back. Yeah, but you're missing the point, man. So, Gio, you don't understand. Regular clubs can't do that. So, my club cannot do that, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can Orlando City Academy do that? Yes. Can New York City FC do that? Yes. They're allowed to use compensation for formation. My club is not, because U.S. Soccer is stupid and they have all these rules, back-end deals that will stop clubs from us doing that. So we can't. So that's why pay-to-play even exists, because there's no other viable solution. Like, here's the deal. If I were to take on the cost, let's say I take your son for free, right? I take your son on for free. We do our thing. He gets to be a pro. The only money I can get is from your family directly. Like, your son gets, for example, a signing bonus of $200,000. Well, I could have had a contract with you ahead of time that says, okay, you're going to pay me $100K. But that's out of his contract. That's not the club paying me for developing your son. So hopefully that makes sense. Azir, how much do you think you could develop from being 14 and 15 playing with adults like UPSL? I mean, I'll leave that question to you. I can't answer how much do I think you could develop. What I will tell you is we had a player, 14 years old. He played a few games in UPSL, but like I think 10. The first game he ever played in UPSL, he scored a goal. 14 years old, by the way, playing Premier Division, the top division. Second game, he got a goal and an assist. And then after that game, he got invited to a tournament in South America, which was probably, it's called America Torneo de los Americas, which is one of the biggest tournaments in South America, if not the biggest. And from there, he got invited to join a professional academy 100% free. So you tell me. I mean, it's really up to you. I was told to guest play in New Jersey, you have to be carded with a club. Does this sound right? Yes, to guest play, you need to have a card. There are ways to get cards without being on an actual team. You just have to have contacts. I mean, that's the secret, right? So, or you go get a card through somebody, I forget the name of the, damn dude, there's one group. There's one group that will give cards like money, like they'll just print it, like they don't care. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Susie, what I can tell you is there's two divisions of UPSL. There's UPSL 1 and UPSL Premier. Premier is the top division, and that is just like college, if not better. Like, it's very, very good. Very good level. And it's very hard. If you want to see if they can hang top division, do that. If you want to get them into it, then I would do Division 1. Division 1 is still good, but it's not top. So just keep that for reference. Like, I would say, based on what I've seen, I would say UPSL 1 would be like MLS Academy U17, if that makes sense. Whereas UPSL Premier would be like college soccer, like Division One. Micah played last year in the free MLS Next for Orlando City. Was told he is little, and what is? And what is next? What do you mean, bro? What is next? I don't understand the point. But yeah, I mean that's the thing, bro. Like, again, you guys just got to really think about like you need to think outside the box. Like outside the box, you need to think, because if you do the same thing as everybody else, I'm telling you right now, and I hate to say it like this, but your kid's gonna get screwed, and he's not gonna play college soccer, and he's not gonna go be a pro, because you're doing the same shit as everybody else, and everybody else is being screwed from it. And like here's the thing, you want the truth, guys? Like the thing, like somebody asked, oh, should I play ECNL? Okay, the kids that are in ECNL that are playing like girls, for example, this is my opinion. You may or may not agree. That's okay. The girls that play ECNL, the ones that are going to college, are two reasons. They're either a standout, which they're going like the club, the college is coming up going, holy shit, this girl's really good. She can make an impact on our program, and they scout her from that, which is a very small percentage. Or the flip side of that is they know how to network to colleges. Most of you don't. So the one that does, or the two that does, or the three that does, or the four that does, is because they know how to network. And you cannot expect your club to do that for you. It's on you to do that. Just to make sure that's abundantly clear, because people think that the club has some sort of responsibility to network for them and to help them in some way. Like, they don't. You're already paying them for the service. They don't need you anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it's just silly. If you think that the club needs to help you, that's just a silly thing to think and say, to be honest. Oh, God. But, yeah, I mean, and, like, here's the thing, right? So, like, somebody asked me the question, like, a couple of people asked me, hey, what do you think about Identity Hybrid's post about virtual school? And I'm like, dude, me and him are on the same page. Like, it's coming, because individual development will be the main priority very soon. And if you're not focused on individual development, your kid's not going to make it at a high level. Like, he just won't. Like, you cannot expect your cash cow to do the development for you. It won't happen. You have to own that yourself. And if you don't want to own it, then understand that you're not getting somewhere with it. It's okay. Like, if you guys don't want that and your kid doesn't want it, then no problem. But, like, don't sit here and think that because your kid's in MLS Next, or he's in ECNL, or she's in ECNL, that your kid's going to go somewhere. Like, your son or daughter has no God-given right to go somewhere. They have to earn it, and they have to be networked. And people don't want to seem to understand that. And it's like, dude, what are we talking about? Like, I don't think you guys understand. I mean, you don't. You don't seem to understand how this game works. And that's okay. But that's why all my content is now free. And, like, dude, I could go on all day, man. It's just like, you guys don't get it. And it's okay. That's why I'm doing this stuff, to try and help. Because, like, again, like, I look at my mom and dad. We didn't know jack shit about going through the system. I happened to find a coach when I was very, very young that helped educate me on what I need to do and how to play and the right stuff and stuff. And we bought into that very early. And I did a lot of training on my own, bro. Like, you guys don't get it. You have to train a lot on your own. If you're only expecting a coach or a trainer to do that for you, forget it, dude. Like, example, 2019. No. Yeah. When did they leave? And we finished 2017 to 2019. 2020. I trained a group of kids in the morning. And I've talked about this a couple of times. Every single one except one left me to go to the next level. So one of them went overseas, joined an international club called Oppo LFC. He's still there. He's an 07. Hopefully going to be a pro at some point. We'll see. Who knows? That's part of the business. Three of them went to MLS academies, two at Orlando City Academy. One went to FC Cincinnati. One went to college. And one just went to be a skater. But what's the point? All the kids that trained and were serious trained outside of that training, plus they played club. So they trained with me at 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 to 8, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Then they went to their club at night, whatever club they played for, usually 3 times a week. And then they also did extra training on their own. Like, and that is huge. Like, and I put some numbers out for you, like with Nick, and I put it out. You can check my Twitter. It's called the Nick Blueprint. I don't remember the exact numbers, man, but the amount of hours he trained with me over 2.5 years, and the amount of hours that he trained by himself or with his dad for 2.5 years was stupid. Stupid. And also, he had a very clean diet. Like, clean diet. Clean. What year are you talking about, Kyle? This was 2017 to 2019, 2020, just about. This is when they all moved on. What year are you talking about? How old? They were 9 to 12. It's in my playbook. If you go on Twitter, you can see it. It should actually be on my Instagram one, too. And we trained from 6:30 in the morning to 8 a.m., 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And then all I did... And you guys are going to be like, there's no way Kyle just did this. All I did, I have video if you really want to see it, was technical work. And then it was an hour of technique. So it was juggling, it was dribbling, it was skills, it was body position, all this basic stuff, the fundamentals that you guys don't want to do, you want to skip, which is just stupid. You cannot play high level without mastering fundamentals. And then we would do 30 minutes of application. I did this over and over again. So we would train for an hour on whatever we were specifically working on. And it was usually a variety of stuff. So juggling, dribbling, passing. Forgot about passing, I'm sorry. And then we would do 30 minutes of application. So this would be 1-on-1, 2-on-2s, 3-on-3, or 2v1, 3v2s, whatever variation I wanted to do that day. And we would do that over and 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 over again. It's Kevin. What if you don't make the UPSL team? Go find another one. That might happen. Like, some teams have 40 guys. You might not make it, or you might make it and not play. Go find another one. What else am I going to tell you to do? But, like, again, I had a guy say to me, oh, well, why would I go play UPSL if I don't make an MLS Academy? Well, what else are you going to do? You're going to go play MLS Next, pay to play? Or what they're calling the NAL now? Why would you do that? That would just be stupid. Oh, well, I need the exposure. Okay, dude, like, what? You think paying for it is going to get you somewhere? Like, what? Shit. Like, some of the stuff that comes out of your guy's mouth is just like, dude, come on, bro. Like, you've really bought in that much to a cash cow that you think your kid has to play him? Like, okay, so let's say your kid was on the bubble at tryouts for MLS Academy. So let's say you live in Orlando, your kid didn't make it, and I'm saying like U17 or U15, right? Let's use the U15, U17 model. Let's say your kid got invited for tryout, got cut, didn't make it. Okay, for Orlando City Academy, which is MLS Academy. It's not pay to play. It's 100% free. Okay, so then why would you then go join an MLS Next pay to play? Well, if I want to have a good chance to get him back on that team, he needs to play there. No, bullshit. What you need to do is, if your son cannot make an MLS Academy, which is free, then you need to put him in an environment that will push the shit out of him, which in my opinion would be UPSL, or an equivalent adult league. If he can do well in an adult league, then you could argue that he's ready for an MLS Academy. If he can't handle that, then he is not ready for MLS Academy. He is hella not ready for college, and he is hella not ready for pro. Like, I mean, I need to, like, write that down and quote that, because that one thing blows my mind, dude. When that parent told me that, I'm like, yo, bro, what the are you talking? Like, dude, what? Are you listening to the shit that's coming out of your mouth? Like, that just sounds stupid. My son didn't make the MLS Academy team, and we went to go play MLS Next pay to play. Why would you do that? Oh, well, we want the exposure, and all the players are coming from MLS Next to Academy. Bullshit, they're not. And if they are you going to follow the same path as everybody else? Because, like, here's the other thing about MLS Academy that you guys don't know, probably, or if you do know, you don't really understand, okay? So, I'll use my hometown club of Orlando City, right? Like, you do realize that Orlando City Academy probably knows who they think has the actual potential to be a pro, right? So there's probably, I've said this before, 1 to 6 kids, if you're really pushing it, that they go, okay, there might be a chance this kid could make it, right? He's got the mindset, the hunger, the attitude, the ability, performance. Okay, so the rest of the kids, so let's use the U17s. There's, I think, 28 guys on Orlando City Academy U17, right? how do I put this to you? So let's just use that's a high number. Let's use 2. There's 2 kids that they feel have the level to be a pro. That means everybody else in that team is literally a filler. Honestly, like if you want the truth, that means they're a filler. What do I mean by a filler? They're there to be on the team because they're there to be on the team so that way those 2 kids get the platform to succeed. Potentially. To potentially get the platform to succeed. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand that point. That that's what those professional clubs are doing. If that makes sense to you. I hope you understand that point. So, like, you could join an MLS Academy. That does not mean your son has a level and the Academy already has an idea of who they think will make it. That's their job. So, if you're not that kid, you're still not going to get priority treatment, but you're not going to get what you're looking for, to be honest. Okay, so. But if you can hang with UPSL... I don't understand. If you can hang with UPSL but you still don't get in, now what? What do you mean if you don't get in? Like if you don't make the team, go find another team. You know how many UPSL teams there are probably near you? And then Samira Sama said, what's UPSL? United Premier Soccer League. It's an adult league. Probably the most well-known adult league in the country because it's actually decent. If you play the top level, it's like college, which is UPSL Premier. If you play UPSL 1, I would say that's equivalent or very close to, I would say that's very close to like MLS Academy level, like U17. Hello, Coach Kyle. Hey, Foot Trap, how are you, my brother? Living the dream. Me too, dog. Me too. So yeah, there's that. I hope that helps. What else, man? What else? Any other questions I can answer to help? And again, like you guys don't have to listen to my advice. You can do whatever you want to do. That's your choice. But like I got nothing to sell you on. Like you guys either do what you want to do and listen to my advice or you don't, and you keep doing the same bullshit as everybody else and wonder why your kid's not going to get where you wanted them to go to or where they wanted to go to because you didn't listen. It's that simple. And like again, like let's use the example. Let's say you follow my playbook to a T and it works for you. So you literally follow every single step from birth to signing a professional contract or even college, whatever level you want to get to. And it works. You don't give me any money. Like, I don't get paid for that. You guys understand that, right? Like, I'm giving you access to a platform that I would do personally if it was my son. And if it works for you and your son gets something out of it, like going to the next level, then you don't pay me for it. It just worked for you. Kyle, how important is game competitiveness at a younger age? U10 versus training environment. Only advantage club system has here over academy system is more competitive games, but training is garbage. I mean, so my opinion is the training is the most important thing until 15. Because again, anything you do before that doesn't matter from a game perspective. Like no college coach or pro scout is going to be like, hey, how did you do this tournament at 12 years old or 13 years old or 10? Did you win Jefferson Cup? They're not going to ask that. Now, obviously, competitiveness is extremely important, and you can get competitiveness in training. I mean, it's like 50-50, or it's really like 60-40. So 60% training, 40% games. I mean, you can pick whatever, maybe 70-30. I mean, there's no I think a lot is variable per kid. The training environment needs to be very good, and the game environment needs to be very good to develop high-level players. If you don't have it, it's impossible. So I don't know if that makes sense. Does that help answer your question? I hope. So, like, you want competitive games. But if they're not 15 years old or older, then the competitive games don't matter to a sense in terms of, like, they have to play competitive game. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like, the training has to be... If there's no training, the kid's not going to get to the next level. And then the game standpoint is important. But from a... I got it. But from a result standpoint, it doesn't matter until you get to zone 2, which is the opportunity window. That's when winning really matters in performance. Because again, like you got to remember, anything between birth to 15 years old is zone 1, and if it's all development, it's all preparation. So it just depends on how they're doing in that. And then when they get to 15, that's when winning in zone 2 with the actual opportunity window matters. They need to be winning and they need to be performing. Otherwise, they're not going to get scouted. Kyle, do you think playing competitive pickup is a good training tool? When you say competitive pickup, do you mean like going to an indoor facility like High Soccer Arena and doing pickup? Yes. I tell kids all the time, go play adult pickup or go play adult something, and let's see how you do. Because again, you're with people you don't know. You're in an uncomfortable environment. I think it's a great way to go develop, to be honest. If you could have kids go play adult level pickup all the time, do it. Why would you not do it? Like, again, it's all about pushing, like, again, the kid that's going to make it, the one kid that will make it is the kid that can handle the most pressure, the most challenge. And that's all where? Here. It's all in their mind. Literally, it's in their mind. Like, that's the only place that it's at. It's all in their mind. If they cannot handle their mind because the pressure is too hard, or the other team's too good, or mom and dad yell at me too much, then they're not ready, bro. Like, they're just not ready for it. So, let me write that down more about academy. And like the other thing too about UPSL you guys probably don't even understand or realize, honestly, is that 12 or 13 MLS academies play in the UPSL. So that's almost half, by the way, have their teams have a team in UPSL, Premier Division. So like, imagine if you're in that area. So let's use, like I just saw, for example, Charlotte. Charlotte's in North Carolina. Charlotte MLS released a UPSL MLS Academy team. Well, imagine if you play on another UPSL team that plays against the Charlotte Academy UPSL and you ball out. You don't think you're going to get attention? Huh? Oh, man, you people are funny, bro. Like that guy that was arguing with me about that shit with, oh, well, my son needs to play MLS Next, pay to play. You do realize that Charlotte or LA Galaxy or LAFC or Houston or Austin or what's the other one? There's one more in that area, I can't remember off the top of my head. They all have a UPSL MLS Academy team. Does that not just hit you on the head and say, again, so let's imagine you live in Charlotte, okay? You live in Charlotte, your kid did not make the MLS Academy team, but then you put him onto UPSL. And he plays against the Charlotte UPSL MLS Academy team. And he does really well. You don't think they're going to be like, yo, who is this kid? Yo, he played against our boys and did amazing? What happened here? Whoa. Like, I'll give you this nugget, right? This is a good one. So the Orlando City Academy director, I'm acquaintances with, I'm friends with, we have conversation probably once a month, right? And we were talking one day and I'm like, hey, why don't you do like a U19 or U20 team? And they're like, we don't need to. And I'm like, why not? They're like, well, for us, if you have the level at U17 when it's time to graduate, you will make that jump to go to OCB or the first team. He's like, we could have that bridge, but he's like, we want to see who's ready to make that jump. So that means 17 years old, if you're at MLS Academy Orlando City, by the time you graduate from that, you're either going to college, probably, because you're phasing out, or you're going to OCB, or if you're real damn good, you're going to the first team. So they're using that as a platform to say, if you're good enough, you go. If you're not good enough, no, you're not. You're just going to go to college. Is UPSL free? There are probably some programs that have free UPSL. Not everyone, but I'm sure there are some programs that either have free or extremely reduced cost. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Like UPSL is not crazy expensive comparatively for youth leagues. Like I think it's decent price. To be honest, the most expensive thing is probably going to be your field rentals. It's going to be your referee cost, but the league itself is not that bad. What else, guys? No worries, man. Somebody said thank you for the content. I'm just trying to help you guys make better decisions. Appreciate your vids and grand posts. Keep it group. If you guys haven't, man, I do recommend that you make sure you check out my YouTube, because I'm posting now more videos that are longer. So they're not just the reels. They're not the 60-second video. They're going to be longer content where I'm actually explaining details to you. Like one of them I have up there is like all the mistakes that I made in my youth, because I'm now looking back on it. Hindsight's 2020, right? I'm now looking back on it going, damn, I made these mistakes. Damn, I made this mistake. Damn, I made this mistake. Damn, I made this mistake. Like it's all there, bro, for you. So yeah. But that's it, G. What else? I'll give you another 30 seconds, otherwise I'm getting off. I've been on for an hour. I love helping you guys, man. I do really enjoy this a lot. And if somebody wants to have a face-to-face conversation, I will invite you on the live, and we can, help. I have no problem doing that, man. Like I like genuinely helping you guys make better decisions, answer questions, be smarter. I'm out of water. Shit. So, what else, G? Anything else from anybody? Problem is can't make better. Problem is you can't make better. Thank you so much. No problem. Again, hey, remember too, we have that free camp next week. You can still apply to be accepted. So we've already released a set of names that are already in. Ron, just give me 1 second. It actually is free. I'm going to explain in 1 second. So we have our free camp next week. July 31st, August 1st, August 2nd. And 100% free. Anybody can come. You have to be accepted. You have to apply. It's in Orlando, Florida. 100% free. So you can come. I've had people ask me, can I come from LA? Can I come from Atlanta? Please come. As long as you've been accepted, you are in. And you don't have to pay for the camp. Obviously, you got to pay to get here and stay here. But the camp is free. You just come after you've been accepted. Next week, starting Monday. Okay, so Rodas, that's a really good question. I need to fix that with my staff or my team. So just to be very clear, the programs are 100% free. I used to charge. So straight up, I used to charge a good amount of money. Like my college recruiting course, off the rip was $500. And then I made the decision to make it free. So that's our fault. We have not updated the website to say free, except if you go to the store page, so you go to signalsports.com/store. If you look there, it'll say free, and then you click it. If you go to the landing pages, it tells you, hey, you need to buy this, blah, blah, blah. We have not changed that. But it's all free. So again, that was a recent change, like a month ago or 2 months ago, maybe at most. We have not changed the website pages except for the store page. So if you go to, again, www.signalsports.com/store, and then you'll see the options that are available to you. You can get them for free. They're all free. So even if you go into the paid version or the paid landing page where it says you need to pay, you just click it, it'll be free. Yeah, that's my fault. We need to fix that. So we will at some point. We got a lot going on, but it will be fixed. But it's free. How do I register for the Cane? Sweeney Mead Camp. You go to my bio link. It's there. So you go to my profile, bio link. It's the first link. You hit the link, and it will take you how to get there. So I hope that will help you out. And you just apply. And then when you apply, our staff, honest to God, I think we've received like 300 applications. We're going to be accepting a certain number of people. And that's the best that we can do because we only can accept so many. But you can apply. And then, let's see. Somebody asked about UPSL. Can you explain the difference in UPSL? Yeah, I can one last time. UPSL Division 1, my perspective, it's like an MLS Academy level, like U17. That's what it looks like. UPSL Premier is like college level, so that could be Division 1, because they're like, actually, I'm surprised. There are some good UPSL teams. Like, example, Orlando City Academy used to play UPSL Premier, and they did not win. No, sorry, not Academy. Orlando City B used to play UPSL Academy, and if I remember correctly, they did not win the Premier Division. So that should tell you all you know. The Orlando City B team, before they became MLS Next Pro, they played in UPSL Premier, and I don't believe that they won. They were like top 3. So that should tell you what you need to know, at least from the Orlando area. It was competitive, very competitive. So that's it, man. Anything else from anybody? If you got something else, let me know. I'm more than happy to help. If not, we good to go, and I'll let you guys roll, and I'll roll and get on with my life, babe. Got a bunch of content coming out. I'll never play pro or college, but I wanted to ask, what is the best way to improve if I just started playing soccer? Rodas, go look or read or listen to my playbook, and that will answer, I believe, all of your questions, to be honest. So I think that'll help you. But yeah, so all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have fun, and hasta la vista, baby. Ciao.